Today, we're going to talk about 5 things to build healthy relationships. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can see every video we put out. And so I'm going to share some tips on what you can do to make your marriage or your relationships the best possible. Number 1, there are no designated jobs. If you think laundry, cleaning, vacuuming, dusting, all these things are only meant for your wife to do, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because there's nothing sexier than a wife walking in, seeing her husband vacuuming the floor, or sweeping the floor, or doing the dishes. Sometimes I'll come home from work and my wife will be doing the yard. I don't ask her to, she just does it. She'll be trimming the hedges. She don't like weed eating, so I'll do that part. She's got her gloves on, she's out there working, and she loves doing it. Way 2. Be careful about when you're talking about or to your spouse, whatever your relationship may be. Even in friendships, you can give constructive criticism without putting them down. There's nothing worse than somebody who you confide in, somebody who you care about, somebody who you trust, comes in and makes you feel like what you did was not good enough and you didn't measure up. What we do is then in a relationship, when we feel like we're that way, we start looking other places for people to give us gratification. And so that's why people end up going outside of the confines of marriage. They are looking for someone to approve of who they are. Rule number 3, say thank you. It doesn't matter if, coming from a man's perspective, it doesn't matter if she just did the yard, if she did the dishes, if she made you food, if she went and got food, if she went and got food all week. Never make her feel like she's being lazy. Being a mother is a difficult job. Being a wife is a difficult job. Always tell her thank you in the small things, and she will begin to respect and appreciate you in the small things as well. It's a give and take. So encourage her, uplift her, let her know that she's appreciated in the smallest thing. And those small things, those little tiny things will build to greater things. Number 4, don't play the blame game. When you're upset with each other, it's usually a good idea to take a step back, think about it a little bit, because like when I get upset with my wife, especially when we first got married, we're coming up on 5 years, I've learned that when she gets really quiet, it's like a hurricane about to hit. And it's scary. But I know that she needs that time because usually her perspective and my perspective are different. And so we need that buffer time to realize that it's not really worth fighting over. Or I always say, and this is another one, this is a 4-B. I always apologize even when I don't feel like I was wrong. I'll tell her, I don't think I'm wrong, but I'm sorry that I made you upset, because I am truly sorry that I made her upset. And that's what's important. Usually once we both say, I'm sorry, I didn't, and we kind of say our sides, once we're calmed down a little bit, then we will be able to discuss and meet at a compromise that will benefit us both. Or she'll say, I was wrong, or I'll say, I was wrong, I'm sorry. And once we apologize, it takes that tension out of the air and it makes it where we can hug each other. And sometimes I'll have to hug her until she forgives me. And she won't want to hug me. I'll try to give her a kiss and she won't want to give me a kiss. Well, I'm stubborn. I don't take no for an answer. You gonna give me a kiss, girl, because I know that she's wrong. I'm just kidding. Fighting is not bad. It's the not resolving that is the issue. So when you let's just push past it. No, you need to stop. You need to hash it out. You need to think. You need to talk. It lets you get things out. It puts things in the air. And once you get it out, it can air out and it don't stink. Talk with your spouse. Talk in your relationship. You can't solve anything if you never discuss it. It has to be discussed. It won't be fun. It'll be painful. A lot of times you'll have to set your pride aside, but it's necessary. Number 5 is pray together. There's nothing that makes me feel better about who I married when I hear her open up and pray to God. There's something about hearing my wife pray that encourages me. When someone prays, their heart is opened up. Who they are is exposed a little more. And so when we pray together, when we pray for each other, every night I put my hand on my wife and I pray for her. Every time I do that, it brings me closer to her without actually talking to her, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But that's how prayer works. Prayer brings a closeness between people. If you have a group of people in your church, young adults, youth, whatever, when you pray together, when you all bow your head, there's a unification that happens immediately with your spirits. Immediately. Everyone gets in one mind. They get focused together, and that is powerful. When people get together, it is powerful. When people pray together, it is powerful. So imagine this thing that God gave us to use in our lives, and we use it to our advantage in our marriage. you become unstoppable. If you're having trouble in your marriage, this is my fifth and final thing. If you're having trouble in your marriage, start praying together. Pray with them. Don't be scared of it. Pray together. It brings unity. Prayer brings alignment in the household. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification so you can see when I put up new videos.